As you know, I live in New York City. That means I walk everywhere. So my boots, and I'm always wearing boots every day, right? What that means is my boots take a massive beating from these New York City streets. I'm on my way right now to pick up a pair of boots, and I'm gonna show you what I do to maintain them because they honestly get beat up so much in these streets. Like uneven sidewalks, subway grates, you always gotta watch out because you're just gonna mess them up. I'm gonna show you a little bit of that. These subway grates will definitely mess up your boots. So I have definitely caught the tip of my boots in that gap. It just took the leather clean off. Horrible. There are thousands of cobblers in New York City because New Yorkers walk everywhere and we wear our shoes out. So it's important to find a good one that's relatively cheap and will do good care, quality care of your boots, shoes, and they'll last you much, much longer. Now I'm gonna show you how I've kind of remedied the tragic streets, the tragic sidewalks of New York City. So this is what I have been getting done on my boots. Let me show you. I got 3 boots back from the cobbler and I put new heels, taps, and then taps on the tip of the toe. I just picked up these. You can see here, you have the, get in focus, the new heel with that tap. And then I've also put a tap on the toe. These boots are made from the Red Wing SB Tanning. This is the black cherry. So this is a dress leather from the Beckman, the 9014. And I had these made into Western boots that are just absolutely stunning. Look at that. And I have like a little pop of color on that, that side seam. So I did not put rubber on the sole here like the other ones. I have those here, I'll show you. I ended up putting rubber on here. It is, I will say, more comfortable, but I just left the others. And now look, I'm gonna have to put new heels on here, you can see. So I will get those, get that in focus. Right there, that heel's starting to go. So I will do new heels and taps on there just to make that last a bit longer. Now let me show you the other one. These Rios of Mercedes here, these are the Kudu. These definitely needed some help. So I have new heel and a tap on there. Get that in focus, there it is. So this will last much longer and it keep me out of the cobbler. And then here I have on that exposed part of the sole. So Rios Mercedes doesn't go all the way to the toe with their rubber. I was asked by a cobbler if I wanted to. At the time I said no because I was going on a trip and I wanted to take the boots with me. So I just left it exposed and I just have a tip on there so then that doesn't eat away on the toe. So we'll see. I'm gonna try that out, see how it is when I'm walking, how it feels. And then they did these, because these are Rios and Mercedes. These were in desperate need of a new heel because I wear these a lot. And so that's that new heel and new tap. And they actually, miscommunication, put a tap right there on the toe. I told him I didn't need it because this is a lug sole. And he was like, do you want me to take it off? I was like, it's all right, I'll just leave it and we'll see how it goes. But it's not really necessary because it goes all the way to the top there. So, but these look really, really good. And I wear these a lot. I actually have 2 pairs of these because I love them so much. And the second pair was only $250, $275, something like that. So I couldn't pass it up, but these are extremely cool. Now let me show you what my boots look like with the tap on the heel after they've been worn and worn and worn. I have these here. These are Rios and Mercedes. These are from Pinto Ranch. These are the elk butt. I had a heel and new heel and I put taps on there so you can see how that looks. You can see how that tap is worn down. Let's see, get as close as possible without this being out of focus. And you can see how I've worn that. So it definitely saves me because honestly, each time I get a new heel, so a new heel is $42, I believe, 40 or maybe 45. That's $45 in New York City for a new heel. The taps they're like $2, $4. I think it's like $4 because you're getting 2. So when I'm getting a new heel and a new tap, you're looking at $47 at the place I went to, which is a lot of money. So it's better just to spend $2
and get that tap. Now let me show you the Rios or Mercedes. So this is without that tap there, and you see the exposed leather. Okay, you can see how that toe is kind of getting eaten. So that's why I put the tap on there. Now I could do a whole rubber on here. It will definitely cost me a bit more. I'll try it at some point, but the tap, we'll see how that does at first. Now I'm gonna show you what I did with these Rios or Mercedes. These are the ropers here that I had a new heel placed on here. I didn't do new taps, and I should definitely do that. But what they did is, so I had a cobbler actually fix this. So what he did is he placed a piece of leather on here and then sanded it down. So he glued it. So you can see it wasn't stitched because you can see the stitching here. And normally the stitch would come all the way across here. So that means that he glued a piece of leather and then sanded it so it blended perfectly. And now it's back. So then what I would do is just put a tap here just to preserve that. And then a tap here on this corner here. I don't really wear these that much, but that's what I would do. Now the reason I don't wear them is because they don't have the taps. That's the only reason. I'm like, I don't want to have to go back, and this was so precious and done so nicely. I don't want to ruin that, but I'll just put taps on there and then that'll sort that out. Okay, one more boot. This is another pair of Rios or Mercedes. This is the Cayman belly with the horse shaft on here with the Big Chief. So these you can see have nothing. I haven't put anything on there. I did get a new heel on these and didn't put taps, and you can see they're starting to wear. Right there, it's starting to wear on there. So this, what I would do at this point, it's not too bad. So what I would do is I would just put a tap and just stop it right there from getting any worse, and then just replace the tap. So that I would save myself 40 bucks and just spend $2 on that. And then I can probably maybe put on here. So maybe in total it'll be what, $8 for the two. So instead of the 47 that I've been paying, but to preserve the boots, it's costing me money, obviously. Well, I walk a lot. A lot of people, a lot of you who are watching me, you either if you live in a flyover state or in a car city, you're going from your house to your car to what, a mall, restaurant, someone's house. So a lot of your shoes aren't really taking it as much of a beating as I walk everywhere. I don't even own a car. I walk everywhere. And then when I go on holiday, I will usually just take one pair of boots and then I wear those. Let's say if I go somewhere for, let's say 4 days, sometimes 5 days, I just take one pair of boots and I wear them the entire time. So they do get pretty beat up because we're just walking. For example, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I took these when I went to London, and I wore these throughout the entire trip to London, and that was before I had taps. So that was probably one of the biggest beatings that the heel took on these. But these Rios or Mercedes ropers come with a full insert, which allows for comfort. So that's why I can wear these and walk all day, because it's about as comfortable. Maybe that's a little exaggeration, but for me it's as comfortable as a sneaker because it has that full insert. So it's not a lot of hard impact on your heel and knees or back. So I can get away with that. I've also taken these on a trip as well, and that's why these have, with the heels, and that's why these have that that tap that's been pretty smashed because I took it on a trip. I can't remember which trip though. So that's how I preserve my boots. I wear the hell out of them, and I want them to last me many years because I have spent quite a bit on my boots. So hopefully that helps you guys to preserve your boots. And the most important thing is to find a good cobbler that will take care of them and give them love just as much as you love them. All right, I'll see you guys next time.